Wales, land of song, land of stone, land of rain, and as it turns out, land of one of the most bizarre and brilliant military deceptions in history. Today we uncover the curious tale of Operation Mincemeat, a top-secret World War II plot that helped save thousands of lives and started, believe it or not, right here in Wales. The year is 1943. Hitler has his sights on the Mediterranean. The Allies are planning the invasion of Sicily, but there's a problem. The Germans know it's coming. So how do you convince them to look the other way? The answer? You drop a dead body off the coast of Spain, dressed like a Royal Marine, carrying fake secret documents suggesting the invasion will hit Greece instead. And where does that body come from? Well, that's where the Welsh come in. Please remember to like, share and subscribe to the channel and hit the bell notification so you never miss out on more videos from Dark Wales Tours. Glyndwr Michael was born in Aberbargoed in 1909, a quiet mining village tucked into the South Wales valleys, a place where hardship and resilience go hand in hand. Glyndwr's life was less than fortunate. His father, a coal miner, died quite tragically when Glyndwr was just a teenager. A difficult trauma to deal with at any age, but this you could say was the catalyst into his spiral into poverty. Glyndwr would eventually make his way to London, hoping for a better life. But he was homeless, jobless and struggling with his mental health. He died in January 1943 in a derelict building after ingesting rat poison, possibly by accident. And yet this tragic end would spark one of the most audacious and successful acts of espionage in the entirety of the Second World War, because after his death, Glyndwr Michael became Major William Martin of the Royal Marines. Operation Mincemeat was masterminded by British intelligence officers Charles Shumley and Ewan Montague, but their whole scheme hinged on one grisly necessity: a convincing corpse. And not just any corpse, one that could pass for a drowned military officer, a believable victim of a plane crash at sea. They needed someone who died without visible injuries, someone anonymous, someone Welsh, apparently. Glyndwr Michael's body was quietly taken from a morgue in London. His death was officially recorded as pneumonia, but in reality it was phosphorus poisoning. Now comes the truly surreal bit. The intelligence team built an entire fake life for their dead Welshman. They dressed him in uniform, gave him theatre ticket stubs, receipts, a photograph of a fictional fiancée named Pam, even fake love letters. They call him Major William Martin, an officer assigned to the Combined Operations Headquarters. His briefcase? Full of classified documents suggesting an Allied invasion of Greece and Sardinia, not Sicily. It's easy to forget how high the stakes were. Operation Mincemeat wasn't just some quirky little side mission dreamed up in a smoky back room. It was approved personally by Winston Churchill himself. Dwight Eisenhower, who at the time was Supreme Commander, was also in the loop, and in a quirky connection to our tours, Eisenhower, who went on to become the 34th President of course, actually visited Margam Castle in South Wales during World War II. In April 1943, HMS Seraph, a British submarine, slipped out into the Atlantic, just off the coast of Huelva, Spain. When it came to preparing the body, no detail was too small or too macabre. British intelligence knew that if the Spanish authorities, or worse, the Germans, performed an autopsy, the whole plan could unravel. Glyndwr Michael had died from ingesting rat poison, a substance that damages the stomach and digestive tract, hardly consistent with a man who supposedly drowned in a plane crash. So they stored the body in cold conditions for weeks in a refrigerated unit at 4 degrees, just cold enough to preserve it, but not so frozen that it would seem unnatural. They even considered the smell. The corpse was transported in a sealed container labelled optical instruments to avoid awkward questions. Everything from his wallet contents to his underwear was carefully planted to reinforce the illusion. The crew gave the body a burial at sea, with all the honours due to a fallen soldier. The briefcase was chained to his wrist. He was found by a Spanish fisherman the next morning. Spain, though officially neutral, was crawling with Axis agents. The body and the briefcase quickly made their way to the Germans, who swallowed the deception hook, line and sinker. They moved key divisions to Greece, leaving Sicily underdefended. And so, on the 9th of July 1943, Operation Husky, the real Allied invasion, stormed the beaches of Sicily. Instead of facing a full-strength German defence, the Allies encountered lighter resistance. Within weeks, Sicily was taken, Mussolini was deposed, and the door to mainland Europe had been flung open. The entire Mediterranean campaign pivoted on a briefcase of lies, carried by a man who never knew he was part of it. Thousands of Allied lives were spared, and Hitler completely fooled, thanks in part to a man from Aberbargoed. For decades, Glyndwr's name was lost to history. Official documents simply called him a man who died. It wasn't until the 1990s that his true identity was revealed. In 1997, the Commonwealth War Graves Commission added a new inscription to his headstone in Glyndwr, Spain. Glyndwr Michael served as Major William Martin. From the back streets of South Wales to the battlefields of history, not a bad legacy for someone the world once forgot. And if that wasn't strange enough, Glyndwr's afterlife just keeps getting more eventful. In 2022, the story was turned into a Hollywood film, Operation Mincemeat, starring Colin Firth and Matthew McFadden. Quite incredible, your life becomes a secret weapon and then a blockbuster. Not content with just the silver screen, the story has also become a hit West End stage show, complete with songs, dark humour and a healthy dose of spycraft silliness. It's called Operation Mincemeat, the musical. It's not every day a Welshman's death by rat poison leads to show tunes. But maybe that's the real power of this tale. It's tragic, absurd, brilliant and true. A forgotten man from a forgotten street in Wales who changed the world without even knowing it. So next time someone tells you nothing important ever happens in a small Welsh town, just remember Glyndwr Michael, because even the humblest beginnings can lead to the grandest deceptions. But here in Wales we've always known, we may be a small nation, but we cast long shadows. And sometimes even the quietest voices can change the course of history. Thank you so much for watching today. Your support truly means the world to us. Please remember to like and subscribe. That really helps us out loads, helps us to keep growing and building this channel, bringing you more content as often as we possibly can. And please let us know in the comments if you've heard of Glyndwr Michael before, or if you'd like us to uncover more hidden Welsh history with a dark twist. If you feel like supporting the channel even further, you can now send a super thanks. Just a small way to keep us exploring these dark and fascinating stories, and every single contribution, no matter how small, is truly appreciated and makes a big difference to us. Absolutely no pressure whatsoever, of course. As always, the most important thing is you are here right now, listening to the stories, sharing in the intrigue. That's the most important thing. So grateful to have you here, watching, commenting, and please remember to look for the next video coming very soon. Until next time, keep your wits sharp, your trench coat buttoned, and your documents, but preferably not attached to a corpse. Be careful out there.